Well, hello again, guys. Oh, God. Got off the ferry yesterday in Harwich. Before, you used to be able to park on the ferry terminal to take the remaining of your break. And yet again, in the UK, no, you can't do that. You can't do it at all. Health and safety, you've got to come off. So I had to drive for about 3-4 minutes, find this lay-by. And can you imagine trying to get to sleep in this when you've got trucks, cars flying along? You're on a 50-mile-an-hour road for trucks and a 60 for cars. Now, if you remember one of my videos, I talked about the crumple zones, where for your health and safety, if you have a head-on collision. Now, look at the size of this lay-by. There's even no partition to separate it from the side of the road. You try to get any kind of sleep when you've got trucks coming at you 50 miles an hour. And obviously, when I sleep, I'm sleeping with my feet towards the road, not my head. Because if you get into an accident, someone smashes into me here, into my crumple zone, I've got half a chance of survival. My head's behind me here on this side. But look at this, look at the state of this. Look at the bloody state of these laybys here, the condition of them, and the wonder why it's like this. There's not a single bin in sight. No, it makes me laugh. And you'll put signs, please take your litter home with you. Well, where's a bloody bin? So yeah, so this is a lay-by, and look, see what I mean here, there's a truck coming along. If he misses me, if he just falls asleep, was to smash into me, game over for me, potentially game over for him as well. So I was praying last night there'll be another wagon coming this way, parking here, so at least I wouldn't be right in a direct line of fire, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is the joys and the dangers of trucking, and you wonder why we don't get any sleep. Well, anyway, I've done my vehicle checks to a certain extent. I can't really get out here, it's not safe. I can't really get out, and I can't walk at the side of this road here, so sometimes the vehicle checks you'll have to do them from inside. Hello again, guys. Right, we've left the lay-by. We've just gone down the road for about an hour or so, heading towards the A14. Probably heading towards Holyhead, we're not too sure yet, but plan may change. Just going to get a little bit of footage, it's still very, very windy. Right, Mr. Red Car, you're going to be sat in my blind spot in a minute. Now, this Ranger here is what's messing it up. He should have just sped up so this red car can hurry up now. Bugger off, get out of my way. Speed up. How some drivers can't just drive at the normal speed limits, for goodness sake. If you're on a motorway, dual carriageway, single carriageway, you should not be getting caught up by a truck. If you can't drive at a bare minimum of 62, 63 miles an hour, you should not be on a road on a motorway. Even on a single carriageway cars, but it's a national speed limit where it's indicated you can do 60, just do bloody 60. If it's, you know, if the roads are clear, honestly, it never ends. But I'm just going to do a bit of recording. Back in the UK again now, Saturday afternoon. So we've left Harwich in Essex, just making our way west, back up north, and the weather's just shocking again, just dead cloudy, windy, cloudy, with a chance of meatballs. If anybody knows that little kids film, you'll get the mention. If not, I've not gone insane. So yeah, we're going to be heading towards the A14, which is all dual carriageway on the way up. Now some days it can be easy, no problems, drive up no problem, but some days if you get traffic and breakdowns, it's absolute nightmare. Now there was a slight deviation, and partly due to the wind, and secondly, I don't know if you've ever seen on the roads when you've got like little tram lines like these. If you look here, now these are caused by all the heavy trucks driving up and down this stretch of road, so it leaves grooves on the road and they act like train tracks. Now due to the sheer width of a truck, now in a car you can kind of miss these because a car is nowhere near as wide as a truck. So now the track on a truck the track on a truck, you know, yes, the track on a truck is basically, think like the width, how wide it is. So if you can see, my hand's really wide. So from where our tyres get stuck in these little ridges, now it's gone now, but if you've seen it before, when our tyres get stuck in there, right, let's see, you can see there's a couple of tiny little ones here. It basically, it drags you, and if it goes left, right, you go like a snake, you're snaking along. Sometimes you've just got to try and hang on and go for the ride. So what I suggest in these things is knock off your cruise control, because if it does get a bit leery, you can modulate it with your throttle and your brake. If you got the cruise on it, it's basically, so we're going straight now, let's say one of these little snaky, what the hell you call them, tram lines, let's say for example it just suddenly goes left, you got cruise on. If it drags you left, then you might struggle. So again, just keep it loose, and if it does go left, if you've got no cruise on, just modulate it with your throttle and your brake. So it's nothing to be scared about, but just to let you know, there are some of those tram lines where they are very deep, and they could be quite violent. You're shaking, you could be like shaking side to side, and when it gets hold of you, it's not bad in the dry. In the wet it can be a bit tricky. Now I bought these sunglasses in Rotterdam at services. At services, at some services. There's a northerner coming out of me, but at services, not at some services. I broke me other glasses. I put them down on my chair. I went out to use the toilet, came back, and you guessed it, sat on my glasses, smashed to smithereens. I had no sellotape, no super glue to try to glue them back together. So I had to go inside and buy a set of glasses. If anyone's seen the Netflix series Dahmer, serial killer, that's what I look like at the moment with these Jeffrey Dahmers on. The yellow tinted glasses. I could be a throwback from a disco era in the 70s. All I'm missing is my flares, my flowery shirt. What's them shoes called? Them big, oh my god, my brain's gone blank. I never wore them. I was born at the end of the 70s. I was an 80s child. Platforms, that's it, the platform shoes. And a kinky afro. So I look like the black Jeffrey Dahmer going down the road like this. If you see me, don't ask me for a hitchhike. Anyway, you can't get a hitchhike anyway, you're not insured. But if you was to see me in these, you might think the reincarnation of Jeffrey and not Epstein, Dahmer. But anyway, me jokes aside, it's only me seems to be laughing with my snide jokes. But let's carry on onto the A14 now. Hopefully it ain't too bad going northwest. And it's rather funny, because with these glasses on, I'm looking at all the cars driving past. But oh look, they've got yellow tinted windscreens and everything. I'm thinking to myself, am I going crazy? But now I realise it's the glasses. What a mong. Can I even use that word now, mong? We used to use, well, we used that years ago with no issues. And now in this day of political correctness, put it this way, no F's are given. I say what I think. People don't like it. Obviously I'm not offending anybody. It's just the words that we used to use years ago, and I still use them. I'm still stuck in the past. So forget political correctness. I ain't got no time for it. So when I refer to guys and girls, that's all there is, guys and girls, nothing else. So if we've got men and women watching my channel, thank you very much. And I hope you're not offended by some of the language, and I know, but in all honesty, I'm just trying to show you the real side of trucking. Not everything's always going to be rosy. We're not always going to speak the Queen's English. Well, I can't even say the Queen's no more. Bless the Queen. The King's English. I'm going to have to show you our frustrations, our deliberations as to where the hell are we going to go. If a road diversion sign is saying go straight, go left, go right, you've got to pick one and hope you don't choose the wrong one. So I'm just trying to give you a bit of a more indicative and real life truck driving perspective from a driver. Now I understand there are some very well spoken guys who drive a truck, ex-army, might even be Eton educated, but I doubt an Eton educated person would be driving a wagon. If there are, fair play to you, but I'm neither an ex-army nor Eton educated, so what you see, what you hear is what you get. And it might be a bit crude, but it's not for effect, just to show you what we have to go through on a day to day, so you can feel my anguish and the anguish of a majority of truck drivers out on these streets. This guy's looking at me, he's going to look at me with my camera on my head, so hopefully he's not seen too much of me with my Jeffries on and my camera on. Right, now see the line of traffic, I'm going to indicate. Flash me in, thank you sir. Nice flash. Flash Gordon. And it's windy, windy, windy. Surprise, surprise.
Elsewhere in the centre of Cambridge, Mowbray Road in both directions between Fendon Road and Holbrook Road, there's electricity works and the road remains closed there. Centre of Peterborough, no problems to report, which is good news. And looking at the situation with public transport, a clean bill of health on the trains. If you can update us, all you need to do is give us a call, 08000 85 95 96. That's 08000 85 95 96.
Right. I don't know if anybody watches these, but can you let me know if anybody knows about copyright laws? If I bang on the radio whilst I'm driving and recording for this YouTube videos, will that be classed as a copyright strike if we start playing music? Or, because it's been broadcast from a radio station that's paid the licensing fees and I'm playing it on YouTube, will I be exempt or will I get a strike? Let me know, because driving with no tunes on is very lonely and it's soul destroying.